So, another Kardashian is launching another beauty line. I mean, didn't we all kind of see this coming? Apparently, Kris Jenner has recently confirmed that she has been working on a skincare line and it's coming soon. The first inklings to this were actually some of the trademarks that were filed. Kris Jenner Beauty, Kris Jenner Skin, and Kris Jenner Skincare had been trademarked in categories such as skincare, nail care products, false eyelashes, hair care products, and fragrances, etc. As according to who else but E! News. As you probably know, the Kardashians already have beauty lines such as Kylie Skin and KKW Beauty, but most people don't know the very first beauty line that they launched actually failed. And all of this actually ties into a much larger conversation around celebrity billboards, about how people idolize and follow celebrities, and about how in traditional media, these celebrity endorsement deals are unfortunately becoming more and more commonplace, where celebrities slap their name on a product or brand with questionable passion behind its creation, inflate it and mark up the price for stakeholders, get a bunch of PR, like calling themselves billionaires, and then selling that brand for a large chunk of change and just leaving out the back door with a nice check in hand. While consumers are left wondering why their lipstick is patchy, why their foundation isn't blending right, why their skin is breaking out, and why their favorite celebrity is no longer passionate about this amazing thing that they worked so hard on creating and are so excited to share with you. Yeah. Now, Kris Jenner is known as the momager for a reason. As we know, Kylie Jenner has both her Kylie Cosmetics as well as Kylie Skin lines. These are beauty and skincare lines that we thought did extraordinarily well and made her a billionaire, but it sounds like, as according to Forbes, a lot of those papers were actually forged and probably fake, just so that they could inflate the wealth of the business and sell it to Coty for a large check and minority stakeholding. Because now, one of the biggest names in beauty owns 51% of Kylie Jenner Cosmetics, and Kylie owns 49, or actually maybe 47, and maybe Kris Jenner owns the other 2. Either way, it is no secret that Kris Jenner is a momager. She's actually been caught saying that she sees her children as chess pieces in a game, and arguably she plays that game ruthlessly. I don't think that this is any surprise, seeing Kim Kardashian jump on the wagon, Kylie Jenner jump on the bandwagon. Again, if I stand to be corrected, somebody call me out, but I have a feeling that the Kard Jenner family is not passionate about skincare or formulation or the biology of your skin and the health behind it. They're passionate about making money, and that's what they're here to do. Kris Jenner is often supporting and promoting the things that her girls do, and honestly, as a proud parent, I don't think that's a bad thing. She's posted a lot about her daughter's lines on social media, as well as even doing a customized kind of momager kit with Kylie Cosmetics a while ago. And arguably, when you look at the Kardashian empire, it is missing a line that is targeted at the mature woman, maybe ages 40 to 60 plus, who is interested in beauty. Does it make business sense? Absolutely. But for us as consumers who are blatantly being sold to and products are being shoved down our throat, what does that mean for us? And specifically, this gets into the conversation of the Kardashians and whether or not they're trying to be relatable. Let's not forget that this is the family that literally had a party during COVID, and it was COVID safe, not because they were able to get vaccines or take care of their friends and family, but because they had the luxury to rent out an entire private island. Yes, a blatant reminder that Kim Kardashian is not only so rich that she can afford to have the luxury of living her life regularly during a world pandemic, but she can afford to do that on a private island safely for her friends and family when there are other people who are literally dying every day or can't afford childcare, are losing their jobs left and right, and cannot even hold their loved ones' hands as they are dying. She gets a little heated. This is also the family that has a playroom that terrifies D'Angelo Wallace, and I would highly recommend checking out his videos on this topic, specifically the Kardashians, because he goes into much more detail than I will and does a really great internet analysis on that, whatever you want to call it at this point. But here, you know that we talk about beauty, we talk about skincare. I, as your acne big sister, want to help you understand your choices in the consumer world, kind of demystify some medical jargon and understand that in an actionable way, in addition to helping you find products that actually work for you, and as your acne big sister, helping you learn to love and embrace your flaws instead of criticize yourself for them. Because remember, a lot of these companies, including the Kardashians companies, literally make money and thrive off of you being insecure in your own skin. And when you're looking at someone that belongs to the Kardashian Jenner family, arguably they're stunning. But I don't think a lot of people realize that that isn't just genetics. That's money. That is plastic surgery, makeup, lighting, wardrobe, etc. at work. And there have been multiple videos on YouTube alone filmed about this topic. Because you're not ugly, you're just broke. These bodies, these faces, they are masterpieces from plastic surgeons and cosmetic augmentations and lots of money and treatments and procedures. And while there's nothing wrong with that and everyone should have the ability to do with their body what they want to, it is harmful that we as consumers look at that and see that as the ideal and compare our reflection to somebody else's retouch. And then for those specific people to use filters and to use Photoshop to then sell us these products to fix our insecurities. I'm sorry, using Kylie's skin is not going to get me Kylie Jenner's skin. Radiofrequency microneedling, plastic surgery, and a whole bunch of professionally done makeup is going to do that. And that's where I think a lot of this is really dishonest and concerning. Now, I have to give Kris Jenner some credit, unlike Kylie, who blatantly lied about her lip injections and said, "It's my lip kits, everyone." At least Kris Jenner isn't hiding her plastic surgery. She has had multiple things done, including facelifts, and she's not just not hiding it. There's actual video footage of it happening all over online since they based an entire episode around it. I think that's great. I think it's transparent, but I'm waiting to see some of these marketing images, and I bet you there's not going to be a disclaimer that, hey, Kris Jenner has tons of money, access to facials, plastic surgeons, etc., and part of her look is not due to this skincare line, but it is due to some of these cosmetic procedures. If that's what ends up happening, I will be sorely surprised. I will be beautifully corrected, and I genuinely hope that's what will happen. However, that does not come with a high confidence interval on my part. By the way, can you please give that like button a facelift? It's been waiting for quite a long time and it has the money, it made the payments, it's a choice for itself, not for anyone else, so go ahead, give the like button a facelift. It says thank you, but it's still under general anesthesia, so when it wakes up, it will be very, very grateful. Now, as mentioned, this Kris Jenner skincare line is probably going to tap into a demographic that has not already been reached by the younger Kardashians, specifically, again, the mature woman who wants skincare and beauty that fits her lifestyle. Kris Jenner was even quoted by the Wall Street Journal as saying, "I think it's really important for older women to realize that if they just take care of their skin, it's not complicated. So, I just did something that emulates exactly what my daily routine is. That will be my line. It's not complicated and it will emulate exactly what my routine is. Why don't you just share with people what your routine is? Oh, is it a $2,000 tub of La Mer cream? Is that what we're going for here?" She continues, "I'm obsessed with my skin and I have always taken really good care of it. I had my first facial when I was a very young girl and just never stopped. Really, it was always a priority." Which could arguably be true, but therein lies the exact problem. The Kardashians are saying, this is easy, it's not difficult. Yes, if you have money and resources and plastic surgeons and top-level advice and cosmetic chemists, then maybe it's not hard. But for the average consumer, skincare can be extraordinarily confusing, which is why so many help resources exist, which is why there are countless articles and books about skincare and cosmetic chemistry. It's why becoming a licensed dermatologist takes 12 years plus. And it's also low-key why this channel exists. Because this shit is confusing. And it can feel overwhelming. And if Kris has always taken really good care of her skin, she's always gotten facials, which is again, arguably a luxury, then why are we trusting her to sell us a skincare routine that she recently formulated within the past couple years? Now, I'll give her credit. She says that she's been working on this for 4 or 5. That's arguably longer than it took Kylie Jenner and the KKW team to pull a line out of their. What was that, like a year? A couple months? Yeah, I know the manufacturers and the companies that made that, and arguably, they're really reputable, which again shows us that you don't have to have a passion to make a profit. If you have the money and the contacts, you can work with the best cosmetic chemists, the best dermatologists, the best people to create a line, and then we do the celebrity billboard thing, where a celebrity who doesn't really understand the trade puts their face on something, parades it around, hikes up the price, sells it off, and runs with a profit, just to do it all over again. One of the big things right here is also that Kris Jenner is trying to be relatable, saying that women need this and she understands. Again, this is someone who has literally referred to her daughters and her family as chess pieces in a game of making money. This family is very image-based and they're literally famous for how obsessed they are with their own images, for their outrageous closets, for their outrageous plastic surgeries, for their outrageous drama, etc. And if it's makeup, if it's clothing, that's one thing we can get into a conversation about consumerism, but I do feel that skincare is different because skincare isn't like makeup or a dress that you can put on and then take off at the end of the day. Skincare actually deals with the anatomy of your skin, the biology of your beauty and cosmetic chemistry. It is very complex, and based on literally how the skin works, regular cellular turnover takes about a month, 28 days. And we live in a fast fashion, fast gratification world where double taps and likes are our social currency. And we often see these celebrities selling these product lines having no idea how the formulas actually work, promising people transformational skin journeys, and then blaming the consumer when it's only been a week and they haven't seen results. Or when inevitably someone has an irritation to an ingredient that they didn't know they were allergic to, and then instead of understanding or having a conversation with that person, blatantly blaming that person for having reactive skin, as we've seen with Drunk Elephant. Or blatantly blaming that person for purchasing a moldy product like we've seen from some influencer lines. Oh, that's still a thing. I'm gonna need a little bit more of this, a little bit more patience, and let's talk about predictions. Definitely predicting that this is going to be targeted towards an older demographic. I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling all of the marketing is going to be heavily photoshopped. They're going to pop online to share their skincare routines, which are done in fake set bathrooms with cameras that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars and are arguably very unrelatable, while they sit there and tell us how relatable their skin concerns are to us. And again, this gets into why skincare is much deeper. A lot of times a skincare routine is trying to help a problem. It's trying to fix something. That is a medical condition and you need to leave it to the medical professionals. But a lot of celebrity and cosmetic lines blur these problems. And again, the fact that not the skintellectuals, but the fact that the general internet population trusts celebrities like the Kardashians more so than licensed dermatologists, doctors, physicians, aesthetic nurses, medical estheticians, cosmetic chemists, even brand founders, that is really concerning. Gwyneth Paltrow, stop. Predictions. I'm hoping we're going to get a sunscreen. We saw one with Kylie's skin, so I do have hope. Knowing that Kris Jenner uses a lot of things that have ingredients like mineral oil and flower extracts, I bet there's going to be some botanical ingredient that they're going to claim is amazing. Watch it be a plant stem cell that they claim is going to be like plastic surgery in a bottle, even though we've seen Kris Jenner get a facelift on camera. I have a feeling there's going to be an eye cream, you bet. There's probably going to be a retinoid in there, at least I would hope so. And knowing the Kardashians, it is going to be shoved down our throat and all across social media for 6 months to a year, and then maybe it'll get sold for, what, $800 million? And then just disappear into the silence, gone with the wind. Oh, didn't see that coming now, did we? What does this mean for you? There are hundreds of other lines that are well formulated, well created, and efficacious for mature skin, specifically women who have aging skin and concerns around those areas. I think the narrative around aging skin needs to change because, again, this is normal. Aging gracefully is a thing. And when we see people like Kris Jenner, who have facelifts, which there is no problem with, using their beautiful image with deceptive undertones to sell products, you go get your facelifts, you do what you want to your body, but don't sit here and sell others a product based on that image that doesn't exist. And the Kardashians are not the only ones that do this. They are just a really easy target and a big old punching bag because they've literally built their Kardashian clan empire around this. Cult? Oh, that's just this, whatever this is. This is a reminder for you to continually be a skeptic and a critic. Be skeptical. Would you trust Kylie Jenner to do your lip injections? Would you trust Kim Kardashian to deliver your baby just because she's had some of her own? Do you see what I'm saying? Just because we appreciate a celebrity or a musician or someone in media doesn't mean that we should trust them across all facets of life or all products that they use or promote. I'll be the first to admit I talk a lot about skincare here because skincare is literally my expertise. But if tomorrow I flip a switch and start telling you about this motor oil, yeah, you have every right to be skeptical. Do not trust me with your transmission. It also brings up a deeper thought around consumerism and why we choose to purchase products based on the bottles or who else is using them, and kind of this mentality of being humans, the psychosocial relationships that we have to celebrities, and how that can be dangerous, especially in terms of celebrity worship, which, although is not an officially diagnosable mental disorder, it is a phenomenon that is becoming increasingly more concerning, which again, that merits an entirely new video. I haven't seen the products yet. I haven't looked at the ingredients. I'm not yet confirmed on which lab is producing this, and I have not swatched them myself. But when I do, we can revisit this conversation. Take a moment and make sure that that like button still has its facelift, and so does the subscribe. Always remember to be beautiful inside and out, and I cannot wait to see you in this next video. Love you guys. Bye.